Yankees fans, buckle up, because the last 24 hours have been nothing short of a roller coaster. From gut-wrenching losses to heated ejections, questionable calls, and a glimpse of hope wrapped in a sharp suit, it's been one of those stretches where being a fan of the Bronx Bombers tests every bit of your patience and passion. Let's not sugarcoat it, things are rough right now in Yankee land. Last night's clash in Cincinnati didn't just sting, it left a bruise. That's going to be hard to ignore heading into the next few matchups. The Yankees went toe-to-toe with the Reds and, despite showing flashes of brilliance on both sides of the ball, walked away with yet another painful defeat. Final score, Reds 5, Yankees 4. And while close games can sometimes feel like moral victories, this one just piled onto an already troubling trend. That's now 9 losses in the last 12 games, 9. For a team with championship aspiration and one of the deepest payrolls in baseball, this is the kind of slide that demands attention. Things actually started off promising. On the mound, Carlos Rodon delivered one of his strongest outings in recent memory. He might not have had the same overpowering stuff as Cincinnati's young phenom Chase Burns, but he got the job done and then some. 6 shutout innings, a handful of strikeouts, and most importantly, he kept the Reds off the scoreboard. That's the kind of performance you want from your veteran lefty, especially with the bullpen as unpredictable as it's been lately. Rodon had the command, the poise, and just enough deception to keep hitters off balance. He even managed to escape a jam with a runner in scoring position thanks to a slick double play and some solid defense behind him. For 6 innings, it felt like the Yankees were in control, and offensively, they finally showed some spark after a slow start against the Reds' rookie right-hander. The bats came alive in the middle innings. Jazz Chisholm Jr. set the tone with a couple of sharp hits, clearly seeing the ball well early on. Ben Rice followed up with some timely hitting, and Aaron Judge chipped in with a base knock of his own. The turning point came with Anthony Volpe at the plate. He hit a liner to center field that should have been caught, should being the key word here. T.J. Friedl laid out for a diving grab and missed it, allowing the ball to roll behind him. 3 runs scored. Just like that, the Yankees were up 3-0, and the momentum felt like it had shifted, but, as has been the story too many times this season, it didn't last. As soon as Rodon exited, the wheels started to wobble. Jonathan Loaisiga took over and things unraveled quickly. He couldn't hold the lead. The Reds loaded the bases and Christian Encarnacion Strand stepped in, delivering the gut punch. The lead vanished in a flash, and the sense of control evaporated right along with it. And then, more chaos. In the 9th inning, Jazz Chisholm Jr. got rung up on a questionable strike 1 call and let the umpire hear about it, not aggressively at first, but just enough to catch attention. After taking the field and trying to cool off, he looked up and saw home plate umpire Mark Wegner staring him down. Jazz asked, "Why are you looking at me?" and boom, ejected. 2nd time this season. That was the moment the game started slipping away for good, without Jazz available for extras. The Yankees had to start shuffling. Oswaldo Cabrera moved to third base. DJ LeMahieu came in at second, and then Aaron Boone had to get creative with pinch hitters. Jasson Dominguez stepped in for Cabrera in the 10th, and the Yankees actually loaded the bases. It was tense, it was dramatic, and it looked like the perfect setup for a walk-off. Ben Rice drew a clutch walk to extend the inning, and it was all on Aaron Judge. But instead of a hero moment, he popped out. Inning over, threat gone. Things stayed wild into the 11th. Cody Bellinger got Judge to third with a productive out. But again, no breakthrough. Then came the backbreaker. Ellie De La Cruz beat out an infield single with his blazing speed, putting runners on the corners. A wild pitch from Mark Leiter Jr. moved both runners into scoring position. A walk loaded the bases. And finally, Gavin Lux ended it with a ground ball that the Yankees' 5-man infield couldn't handle. Game over, another extra innings loss. That drops the Yankees to 1 win and 6 losses in extras this season. And let's talk about that. Extra innings have not been kind to this squad. Whether it's poor situational hitting, shaky bullpen outings, or just bad luck, it feels like the Yankees keep finding ways to fall short in these tight contests. That's not the mark of a championship team, it's a sign of a group struggling to finish. Meanwhile, the division race is tightening. Tampa Bay took care of business against Kansas City, and now the Yankees' lead in the American League East has shrunk to just a single game. Just 1 game separates a team with a nearly $300 million payroll from a club spending barely a third of that. And fans are taking notice. One post on social media captured the frustration perfectly. How are teams with half or even a quarter of our payroll keeping pace or outperforming us? It's a fair question. The Yankees are supposed to be a juggernaut, big names, big contracts, big expectations, yet here we are, watching them get outplayed by clubs like Cincinnati and Tampa Bay, who make the most of what they've got. These games matter. These series losses matter, and when you're dropping games in June that you should be winning, it starts to add up in September. We've seen this story before, and unless something changes quickly, it's going to end the same way in early playoff exit and a long off-season full of what-ifs. Max Fried is getting the ball in the series finale, and the pressure is squarely on his shoulders. It's the third time this month he's being asked to stop the bleeding. That's a heavy burden, but if anyone's capable of answering the call, it's him. He's got the stuff, the mentality, and the experience, but he's going to need help from the offense, from the defense, and from a bullpen that hasn't exactly inspired confidence. The Reds are countering with right-hander Brady Singer, who'll be trying to finish off a sweep against the Yankees for the second straight season. And let's be honest, if that happens, the alarm bells should be ringing loud and clear in the Bronx front office. The Yankees shouldn't be getting swept by the Reds, not with this roster, not with these expectations. So here we are, frustrated, concerned, maybe even angry. And rightly so, because what we're watching right now isn't the team we were promised. This isn't the dominance we were sold. It's something less, something inconsistent, something hard to trust when the stakes rise, and the only people who can fix it are the ones in that clubhouse. The fans are doing their part. They're showing up. They're watching. They're hoping. But hope only goes so far when the results keep falling short. What we need now is accountability, adjustments, leadership, not excuses or spin, but real answers. Because this team has too much talent to keep stumbling like this. Something's got to give. And all of this, the loss, the ejection, the missed chances, it all feeds into one bigger truth. This Yankees team is at a crossroads. The season isn't lost, not yet, but the margin for error is shrinking fast. And if they're not careful, they'll look back at games like this one and realize they let the season slip away in June. The controversy surrounding Jazz Chisholm Jr.'s ejection added another layer of frustration to an already tough night for Yankees fans. Jazz, known for his fiery competitiveness and emotional intensity, has always worn his heart on his sleeve. But this incident tested the limits of patience both for the player and the team. The moment came during a critical point in the ninth inning when a borderline pitch was called a strike. Jazz expressed his disagreement not with a flare-up, but a pointed, clear objection. When the umpire, Mark Wegner, didn't relent, Jazz tried to shake it off, attempting to regroup and focus. However, what happened next was unexpected. As Jazz took his defensive position at third base, he noticed Wegner locking eyes with him. Seeking clarity, Jazz asked, "Why are you looking at me?" That simple question, delivered without hostility but charged with disbelief, was met with an immediate ejection. For the second time this season, Jazz found himself tossed from a game. It was a moment that instantly shifted momentum away from the Yankees. The atmosphere thickened, and the team had to scramble to adjust their lineup for extra innings without one of their most dynamic players. Manager Aaron Boone was visibly displeased, both with the call and the effect it had on the team's chances. He made it clear afterward that he would continue to review the situation, but he also expressed a wish that if someone had to be ejected, he'd rather it be him than his player. Boone's comments underscored how important Jazz is to the team's chemistry and on-field energy. Losing him in a tight game was a blow that the Yankees never quite recovered from. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. A significant whisper is making its way through baseball circles, suggesting that former Yankees pitcher JAYVIEN Sandridge has inked a major league contract with an undisclosed franchise. While official confirmation remains elusive, the buzz indicates a substantial commitment has been made to the left-handed hurler. Sandridge, who recently departed the Yankees organization, has been a familiar name in prospect reports, lauded for his impressive fastball and slider. Despite his talent, his time with the Yankees was marked by a series of call-ups and send-downs, leaving many to wonder about his true big league potential. This rumored signing, however, paints a picture of a team that believes in his ability to contribute at the highest level immediately. The exact terms of the alleged deal, including its duration and financial specifics, are still under wraps, adding to the intrigue. Sources close to the situation, speaking on condition of anonymity, hint at a contract that reflects a team's long-term faith in Sandridge, potentially offering him a more stable role than he experienced in New York. This development, if true, would be a noteworthy turn for Sandridge and a testament to the persistent belief in his high-upside pitching arsenal. It also raises questions about the Yankees' long-term bullpen plans and why they might have allowed a promising arm to potentially walk away for such a significant opportunity elsewhere. As the rumor mill continues to churn, the baseball world awaits an official announcement that could send ripples across the league. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.